Welcome to the Wealth Matters podcast, where investors come together to better understand how to build passive cash flow and create generational wealth without all the confusing mumbo-jumbo. Here's your host and co-author of Amazon #1 bestseller, Alpesh Pamar.
Welcome to Wealth Matters podcast. This is the Monday review and analyze section of Wealth Matters podcast. If you guys have been following me on LinkedIn, Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube, you know that 50% of my portfolio is in real estate, but then the rest is either cash or I invest in startups, of course, some stocks through my fund manager because I don't like to pick stocks, but I am fascinated by cryptos, right? So if you follow me, you know that I've always been talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a lot of other crypto coins. Actually, I have another group which I run where we only talk about cryptos. We also are starting mining our own Bitcoins soon. And if you guys remember, I have mentioned about that I had a cryptocurrency mining business before as well. So today I want to do an analysis of a newsletter I subscribed to right before we were about to fold up our cryptocurrency mining business. I was following them, and of course, I want to put a caveat out that this is what I think about the newsletter. I think it's their advertisement looks really cheesy when they send out not recommendation, but the email to ask you to subscribe. It would feel like bait and switch all the time. I was skeptical for about a couple of years before I jumped in and bought the subscription again. So it's not for everyone. I'm not recommending that you buy this subscription. I'm just sharing what I think of the subscription. Again, I could have picked those coins myself, not all of them, some of them, because they are pretty open. Everyone knows about Bitcoin or Ethereum. You could have picked those and you could have become, wealthy or rich, right? So there is no rocket science, but I want to share what I think of it. Again, as I'm mentioning again and again, that please do not take this review and go and subscribe to the newsletter because it may or may not work for you, right? Everyone's risk tolerance, risk profile is different. So I want to talk about Palmbeach Group's newsletter, right? They have a lot of products if you go on their website. So I'm going to share my screen. So you can see what I'm doing as well. If you are listening to me on the podcast, go to palmbeachgroup.com and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. If you go to product section, there are a lot of products they have, and Palm Beach Group has become famous because of Tika Tiwari. Again, I personally don't follow Tika. I was just trying to, I got review from another podcaster, and he told me that, the newsletter is awesome. So that's how I got started. So there are Tika Tiwari's Palm Beach Daily. There is the Palm Beach Letter. There is Palm Beach Confidential, which now shows retail price of $5,000. When I signed up, it was $4,000, and for every time they will announce an event here and there, and if you attend that event like a webinar, they give you some kind of discounts. At that time, the annual price I was able to get was $2,000 per year, and that's what I signed up to. There is also Palm Beach Crypto Income. There is Alpha Edge, Palm Beach Venture, Palm Beach Infinity. So there are a lot of memberships. Again, I'm not saying that I understand about all the newsletter. I only am subscribed to Palm Beach Confidential, which is focused on cryptocurrencies. Actually, their website says this: Palm Beach Confidential is our flagship cryptocurrency service. Most of the cryptos we recommend in this service have a market cap of less than $1 billion. Palm Beach Confidential editor Tika Tiwari is widely considered as one of the premier crypto analysts in the world. So this is what the website says. I signed up in 2018. And as you remember, 2018 is when the bear market started for crypto. So right after I started, I had put in all the money I had kind of not made from my cryptocurrency mining business, but got all my money back from the cryptocurrency mining business. I put all of that in this, not all of that in the newsletter, but pretty much put 2 grand and then started buying using the same money. All the coins using the same money I had earned from my mining business. Or what happened is my 25,000 ish became, I would say, 5 or 6 grand by mid of 2019 when we were folding up our business, or end of 2019 or mid of 2019. And I'm like, oh, 25 grand become 5 grand. So I did not trust the newsletter, but I wanted to continue just because of the messages I was receiving. And also by that time, I was fascinated about crypto. I thought cryptos are here to stay. I was researching a lot more, but because I was subscribed to the newsletter, I did not dump my coins. I could have been in loss if I would have decided that I don't want to continue to invest. But instead, what I ended up doing is that I ended up keeping those coins. Plus, every time they would send me a buy recommendation, I will still buy that coin, just thinking that no matter what, I may just lose the money, right? So that's the first rule of investment, especially in assets like crypto and stocks and all, that don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Don't invest if you cannot sleep in the night, right? If any investment keeps you awake at night, and this is what I have mentioned in my other videos too, if any investment keeps you awake at night, that means you invested way more than you should have, or that investment is not for you. It does not suit your risk tolerance, risk profile. For me, I'm an adventurous investor. I love trying out different investments. I love understanding about those as well. A lot of time, if I'm not investing, I'm not gonna read about it. I will start reading, and then if I'm really interested, I'll do a lot more analysis and research, right? So for till I would say 2019, I kept losing money. Even till March of 2020, I was down. But after COVID, that crash where Bitcoin came from. So in 20, let me remind listeners, in 2017, end of 2017, Bitcoin went to 20,000. In January of 2020, it was at 9,000. So think about it. It went from 20,000, it had crashed to like 3, 4 grand, and then back up to 9 grand. Then the COVID happens, March, I think 26th or 15th, Bitcoin went down to 4 grand-ish. So again, from 9 grand to 4 grand. So I was already down significantly, as you can tell, but I continued to operate, business as usual. By end of 2020, that 25 grand had become 50 grand, right? And of course, I had invested even a lot more. So that is exactly what happened, because not only I was following the newsletter, but I was also researching on my own. I was also getting the message from the newsletter that, hold on, don't be weak, don't sell right now. So that's what it is. That's what I think of the newsletter. Some of the example I cannot show because I'm paying for the subscription. I don't want to give out any of the coins on the podcast. But the portfolio. This is the Palm Beach portfolio where I'm only showing the dates. Some of the it will show open date when the trade was opened or the crypto was purchased, and what price and the recent price and what kind of return. I want to highlight the return column especially, that some of those we are down 55%, 66%, but then we are also up 155%. There are some coins where they are up 800, 300%, 200%. There are 600%, 400%, and of course there is down too, right? The whole idea is that when you are up, you want to be up significantly to cover all your downs, trades, right? So as you can tell, and then some trades are over 1,000% up. There is a trade which is close to 10,000%, and another trade close to 30,000%, or 44,000%. And but at some point, all of these trades were in negative. Think about it. If I would have sold at that time, I would have lost money. And even if I would have invested that money somewhere else, I don't think I could have got this kind of return in less than 4 or 5 years, right? So cryptos are here to stay. I'm not You can look at other newsletters as well. I have not tried all other newsletter because I this came recommended from a friend, so I thought I'll try it out for a year, and I just continued. I don't want to try out a lot of different newsletters because, as you can tell, right now itself there are over 50 different coins recommended. So I have more than enough coins in my portfolio. I don't need to buy any more through any other newsletter. But I highly recommend, do your research, do your thorough research. If needed, get subscribed to this kind of newsletter. Maybe there is another website which I was planning to subscribe to. It's called, I think, bitcoinlive.com. Again, I have not used it, but I think they do pretty good job as well. Maybe I may be wrong. It's called Bitcoin Live something. So, but that is another website. You can check it out. There are a lot of other websites or newsletters similar to this. You can, of course, you don't have to rely on those if you have enough time to do all the research, right? But this is what I wanted to talk about. Do let me know what you think of this section. I try to provide as much value as possible when I am talking about the investments I have made, or if I'm analyzing an investment. So thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for listening on Apple Podcasts or any other podcasting platform. Please subscribe on iTunes and leave a review. If you are on YouTube, please subscribe and like the video and share it with your friends. Thank you so much. Happy investing.
Thanks for listening to the Wealth Matters podcast. If you enjoyed it, please leave us a 5-star rating on iTunes so others can enjoy the show too. Have a great week and happy investing!